I got a chance to see Mase give his take about this whole LeBron James, Michael Jordan nonsense, which goes on, and people are still trying to push it. And Mase told the truth. He said, I don't care how many points you score, what you do, you're not the GOAT. You didn't stack your teams up. You have watered down everything. I had to address some people trying to come at me about when I said that, when Shaq said that Steph Curry belongs in the GOAT conversation, and I took Steph Curry over LeBron James. I said, well, Steph Curry has done more than LeBron James. He has. I mean, did Steph Curry not win with Andrew Wiggins and just coming back from injuries for 2 years loss of Klay Thompson and Draymond Green, who was in the doghouse? Did they not win in 2022? I mean, the thing is this. Steph Curry changed the course of basketball. Who's shooting logo threes? LeBron James is. LeBron James ain't nothing but a biter. Now, back in the day, if you were caught biting, especially in hip hop, you was getting dissed. Nowadays, they welcome it, you know. And how can you respect a man who, the reason why so many people are in love with LeBron James's game is simple. It's not about the longevity, it's because he either plays alongside your favorite player or he wants to play with your favorite player. Come on now. Have you ever seen a so-called superstar that was like, yeah, I want to play with you, and I want to play with you, and I want to play with you? He always got a long laundry list of dreams. Now, this is the thing, and I'm going to keep it 100. I like what May said, but I'm going to add my commentary. If he was the so-called great GOAT, he'd have what Tom Brady's record was in the Super Bowl. He'd be 7-3, not 4-6. I'm sorry, under 500, you don't qualify. If you're one game over 500, you don't qualify. They didn't give him 99 chances to manipulate numbers. They didn't try everything in the books. Am I that? You think Stevie Wonder can't see that Adam Silver's like, look, I can't do nothing about these threes, but what I can do, we can get Anthony Davis out there and get you Luka, what you say, who just so happens to be 25. You always go with the younger man. Remember how Shaq got traded to Miami and they kept Kobe for the younger guy? Act like you don't see history and deja vu again. But they on this method to sell LeBron as his superhero and all this fanfare. So let's look at the situation, won't we? D'Angelo Russell was used as a guinea because he was a snitch. They traded him again. That didn't work. Doghouse got some pieces out of Brooklyn for him. Friends in low places. Bronny James never worked. That PR mess flop. Let's go to plan B, plan C. They've tried all kinds of gimmickies. JJ ridiculous. They're playing some good defense. I'll give them that. And they've been winning games. But they're not a championship team. They're not better than OKC. But they want you to sell it because they got the refs blowing the whistles again. And they trying real hard to sell this narrative that, hey, we got our own Tom Brady of NBA, even though Brady was actually competing for championships and he didn't stockpile his teams. He just went to a whole different team with a whole different situation and had to learn under a whole different coach. That's all he did. But LeBron gets to pick his coach, pick his crew, and they work everything around. And then he just sits there on TV and be lying like, I don't know nothing. I didn't see nothing. I don't know evil. Mase told him up properly. I wish people would stop this narrative that he went against better competition. First of all, he's 1-3 against Steph Curry in the finals. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. And you can throw Kevin Durant there for a couple years, but you can't say that's the reason in totality. Can't say it. You know. Remember, 1-2 against the Spurs and Tim Duncan, which no one ever talks about. So he hasn't even have a good track record against some of the so-called ones that are like Duncan and Curry, who are fellow top 10 players of all time, mind you. 2-5 against them. Let that sink in. So, when he talks all this, this talk, this hype, it's a bunch of noise. Yeah, if you play 50, 60, 70 years, you may score 80, 90,000 points. And you may have a lot of statistics. That does not make you greater than. If anything, it's just like you stat pad. And we're turning into basketball like Pac-Man. We're gobbling up. But Mace nailed it. He spoke the truth. And it's not about people being in love with Jordan or hyping him up or stuff like that. It's got nothing to do with it. Eyeballs. Eyeball test. My eyeball test tell me right now Steph Curry is more impactful than LeBron is. Let me tell you like this. Let LeBron James get Jimmy Butler and see what happens. Let LeBron James go to that Golden State team and trade Steph Curry off of that and see what happens. I don't think he goes that deep. I don't think this love fest with him and Draymond Green would last that long. I don't think Steve Kerr's sets would work well. But you give Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, give him Dwayne Wade, give him Chris Bosh, give him Kevin Love, give him Kyrie Irving. Let them two have traded places. I bet you Steph Curry got rings on both fingers. He's a better leader too. Besides from being a better outside shooter, he's a better leader. He shows real leadership. LeBron pouts, sends cryptic messages, cries, and gets token gestures. Yeah, he's played a long time and he scored a lot, but he ain't been that dude. He ain't been that dude in years. They're gonna have a sympathy for an MVP. Are you kidding me? This is what they come to. They succumb to doing this. It's really embarrassing and it's just a joke that what they go out of their hopes to try to say. They're gonna act like Michael Jordan had Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman. Who of those two guys is seeing Dwayne Wade for a career? Dwayne Wade is better than those guys. Come on now. Kyrie Irving's skill set, Then you got Anthony Davis. Come on now. Now you got Luka. Come on now. Do I need to keep digging? Who have they tried to hype? And between David Stern and Adam Silver, they've been in on the machine. This is what it's about. But for all that he's had, he's still 2 games under 500, 2 with chips under 500 at the finals. That's not impressive at all. Even if it was 6-4, that wouldn't be impressive. That's nothing to get excited about. Who gets excited about that? Who's getting excited about that? What did he exactly change in the game? Nothing. He's not some deep civil rights movement, and he's not some deep basketball savant that's more beyond these other guys. He's not as dominant as they like you to think he is. So they've sold a good game, but I appreciate what Mase said. Mase told the truth. Kwame Brown and others have told the truth too. They tell you all the time. You can stat pad and you can manipulate numbers and manipulate folks, but that don't make you better. It just means that you're getting over. That's why Charles Barkley, that's why LeBron has got to be in his bonnet about Barkley, because he don't respect his game. You can't respect the fraudulence. And that's what he is. It's fraudulent goats. It's artificial goats. It's not real goat. Shannon Sharp can sit there and they can sell it with Stephen A. They can talk about him and Wendy and all that, because we know how old Wendy got that job on be up there, but he's not in that conversation. He hasn't been that dude in about 5 or 6 years. And when the balloon burst, we'll see what he's got left. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like, and hit the membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. My peace.